Hello and cheers to a not midday water break. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Got a Monday night football game tonight. I don't know how you're living in your fantasy football leagues, but there's a lot of conversation being had. What's going on? Hello. Nothing in yet so far. Well, I've got Memory Motel tonight. It's going to be my last Monday night, my last football until after Thanksgiving. So if you are in the city and you want to watch a game with me, Monday night, fantasy football, we will, okay, I just saw something that I need to already, here I am already. So this will be my last one. Sorry, buddy, you gotta go. This will be my last one till December, just busy with other things. They are, though, carrying Lisa by Lisa Ann. All of the locations are, wait a minute, it's the cutest message ever. Hold on a second. All of the locations selling Lisa by Lisa Ann are listed on lisabylisaann.com. You can go on to the IG at Lisa by Lisa Ann. You can just click on that link. Okay, so Santa, there's a account here. I don't know who you are, but I love this. Thank you. The account is Santa Real Beard, and the message says just 44 days till Christmas. I'm right there with you. The tree is already here. There's already decorations going up in this city. I absolutely loved that is like the most wholesome ever. Chiefs are still undefeated. What an exciting last 10 seconds of that game. I mean, could you believe, Mahomes on the sideline looks like potentially you're accepting defeat. Him running out there and just being like, this is crazy. And it's not really about them being undefeated. It's just about these low scoring games where they are able to get it done. Oh, Joe, bless your heart. Joe 91 says, I'm losing faith in the Jets. LOL, losing faith. You haven't already lost all of your faith in the Jets. I'm so impressed with you. You need 13 points from Achan tonight. That should be easy. I'm going up against Achan in a matchup, and I assume he's probably going to be getting like 30 points tonight. So, yeah, that's definitely, the Chiefs are definitely going to be, and I'm a Cowboys fan, so I've already given up. Happy Veterans Day, everyone. A very special day. And I hope that you are remembering everyone in your lives, friends, family, neighbors, everyone that's helped. This just incredible what people do to put their lives aside for others. So happy Veterans Day today. Someone's trolling me with a how about them Cowboys. Okay, there is nothing about them Cowboys. All right, this is a good one. I have a 20-point lead with Cooper Kupp being his best player. This could be a really high-scoring game tonight. Cooper Kupp could get a lot of action. I bet you are on pins and needles. So you have no one going is what I'm assuming. And you have that lead but have no one going. This is Lisa Ann, but there's no E on my name. None at all. There's no E. I'm Lisa Ann, no E. Just Lisa Ann, no E. Thank you. Thoughts on Kansas City Chiefs undefeated streak? I was just saying, the last 5-10 seconds of that game were so incredibly unbelievable. They're now 9-0, just getting it done, and not high-scoring games, not fun games to watch. Like, if you thought about it, there was a stat that was amazing. It was before they went into locker room at halftime, and it was a stat of how many times the Kansas City Chiefs have gone back into that locker room at halftime with a deficit of like 14 points and still managed to go out there in the second half and just get it done. Jeff, what's going on? Great to see you. Just recorded this week's episode of my podcast. It's going to be a very special one. So that's always an amazing thing. When you think about, this kind of reminds me of the Patriots 2015 to 2017, where none of their players were really great to manage in fantasy football because they weren't high-performing players, but they were winning, and they were going to the Super Bowl, and they were winning the Super Bowl, but they weren't going off for 45 points a game. So it's one of those things. Get a good night. Somebody has a headache. Well, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Let's talk about the Lions. The Dan Campbell Applebee's commercial is currently my favorite commercial. It is fantastic. Can you imagine walking into an Applebee's and seeing Dan Campbell? It would be something. All right, Ari wants to know, are the Cowboys issue more a locker room issue, bad mindset from certain players? This is a whole bad mindset from certain players setting in the way of no heart just because they have the money now? Thoughts? I think you're saying this completely wrong, Ari, and you're blaming it on the players and not the leadership. The players are managed by leadership. These are not independent run people. There's a team owner, there's a team manager, there's multiple skills position managers. So what I think has happened here is we are now living in a different mindset when it comes to business. It comes to protecting ourselves. Young people are smarter than they ever were. Athletes are getting better information than they ever did. They are protecting themselves by getting the money. Remember, the NFL is the worst program for any young athlete to get involved in because a large percent of the money is not guaranteed. And so they have incentives. They have to play so many games. They have to get so many yards. So when Jerry Jones decides to play these cat and mouse games all through the off season, and doesn't allow those players to be able to be at camp because you can't really be doing these things when you're negotiating a contract and your agent's worried you could get injured. When Jerry Jones decides to play with the emotions and not let everyone feel comfortable and confident, when you look at what the Kansas City Chiefs do, the entire vibe within the organization, they get their business handled. They don't wait till the day of the game. They sign Dak Prescott the day of the first day of the season. That's like a bride and groom signing their prenuptials at their wedding. Nobody would do that. You would do it in advance. So I think it's too bad that the media is going to place the blame on the players. I do not blame the players. I blame the fact that they weren't able to build chemistry during camp and preseason. Now they have no cohesiveness on the field. And because they're losing, they're going to start fighting amongst each other. And their energy is going to get even worse because that's what we all do when we're not in a winning situation we want to be in. We voice that blame. We're upset. We're emotional. Of course, that is real. But so I think it goes back down to the ownership and the management. And I think it's a great business lesson for all of us. If you want your people to stay motivated and inspired, then you have to make them feel valued and you have to handle your business with them and not drag them like Jerry Jones still feels it's appropriate to drag his players. That was a long-winded answer. I hope that, you know what, your Broncos did get robbed. That was unbelievable, but it did happen and it was legal. Scoring sells, so I know it's kind of scripted. Notice you don't see any boring games every year. Are you kidding me, Papa? Were you watching? There were so many boring games yesterday. There were so many games that I was like, if this was a standalone game, I would have to be flicking back and forth between basketball and football, or hockey even. We have so many putrid teams in the NFL, so I think you're wrong. There were also a lot of low scoring games, Papa Gary, yesterday. Actually, more games hit the under than hit the over in the betting market yesterday. See what else we got. Catching up. Yeah, the Micah Parsons, Mike McCarthy comments are not great. But this is just the trickle-down effect of the fact that we didn't have our P's and Q's organized before the season started, at camp, during practice. And now everybody's going to be a little chippy because nobody wants to lose this many games. It's frustrating, you know? Okay. What's up with both the Cowboys and the Giants? We are not good, okay? We are not good, Big Prez. We are not good right now. We are just not good. Jojo, you can get blocked for being a director and you can go over and find somebody that will answer your request. So we got to block 3 secretly so far. Should you play Tua or Matthew? Here's what we need to know, JT. We really need that report that should be out at 4 o'clock. It's almost 4 right now, on Tyreek's status. Because Tyreek's status plays a huge role in how I feel about Tua versus Stafford. Stafford has more weapons right now. That's why the Chiefs management is on the nice list and the Cowboys is looking like they're going to be on the naughty list this year. And that's what Santa Real Beard said. Yes, right here. Okay. All right, I'm passing through all of these to get catched up. Is there... You know, I was listening to a great conversation. Someone asked, is there smoke in Chicago? Caleb doesn't look like a generational player. I just don't know if Chicago is a great landing space for young quarterbacks. So we've seen this with Justin Field. I think that they really, as was put this morning on Greeny when I was listening, is you can make or break a quarterback. And I think the Bears just break quarterbacks. So I think that's The Texans didn't choke. A choke would have been what the Cowboys did. A choke would have been with the Eagles. The Eagles actually came back and gave a good run yesterday. It really did. The Pats did look good yesterday. I love all of this conversation. Absolutely fantastic to be talking football with all of you. You can hear me talking football every Sunday night on Fantasy Sports Radio. That's Sirius XM Channel 87. King Mind says, I think Jerry Jones should hire a general manager and a new coach. I think we think that too. And I love the Panthers fan in here that are still cheering on their team, who are kind of on a come up right now, right? This is actually happening, which is very exciting. Russell Wilson's doing good. That was a great move by Mike Tomlin. Look at the Steelers with a 7-2 record, and nobody could figure out how this team was going to look this season, and look at them now. You know, we also saw Mike Williams get in the end zone yesterday. Mike Williams is a great, as Adam Ronas put it last night on Lisa Ann Does Fantasy, he's a great real life player because he's going to open up that field for Pickens, for Freiermuth. So oh my gosh, Super Bowl next year, this would be very, very, very exciting. All right, everybody. Well, I want to remind you again, every Sunday you get the new episode of Lisa and Does Fantasy. We're live from 6 to 8 p.m. This week is going to be the very last episode of Better Halves. We're recording live in studio at SiriusXM on Wednesday, and then the episode will air on Friday. So that episode will air if you listen on the app. You can get the new and final episode of Better Halves at 3 a.m. on the SiriusXM app. Just search Better Halves. You can go back now and catch up on previous episodes. And then if you're a user of In the Car, 3 p.m., the episode will air on Raw Comedy Channel 99. So that will be our last episode. It's the last episode of season 3, and it's the last episode of Better Halves. We're wrapping that up. And this week, you also get the last episode of my podcast. So a big episode this week, not long, short. 30 minutes. I just finished recording it, but it is my last episode. I'm wrapping up a ton of things so I can make focus for some new things in my life that I'm really excited about. Someone says, you are 51 now, but still looking gorgeous. I'm actually 52, but I did see Dr. Dorfman when I was in Los Angeles, and he did a laser peel on my skin. And so I do believe that he took a year off of my skin, or maybe more. Thank you, Dr. Dorfman. I cannot wait to put my reel out because now it's all coming together so beautifully. Oh my God, Christy, hi. I just saw this. Christy, hello. How are you? Tell George I said hi. I love the photo of my wine with a beautiful backdrop of Utah. I was like, amazing. Christy, you know I love you with all my heart. I always have, always will. My favorite human. Mwah. Tell George I said hi. Let's see. Okay. 52 actually. Yes. Oh, by the way, we had a bench MVP. It was Laporta. I appreciate that. Whoever is trying to talk to me in all caps, I'm super sorry, but I don't want to talk to you. And it's not just because of the all caps. It's because demanding to speak to somebody who is already speaking to you is wild. And it shows me that we probably don't align. DC loves me. Well, that's great because I will be in DC for Exotica. It's going to be my last Exotica. Now, surprise, surprise. My last Exotica this year, my last Exotica, my last podcast, my last episode of Better Halves, I will be going to AVN for a day. So I will give you all of the details and where you can find me at AVN, and you'll be following me here on social media. I'll do more live since I'm not going to be doing a podcast. I'll make sure that I stay connected, but you can catch up on all of my episodes on my YouTube channel, The Real Lisa Ann. Don't forget Lisa by Lisa Ann on IG. If you're looking for it, all the locations are right there. Have a great rest of your day tonight, Monday Night Football. I am super excited to be with all of my friends at Memory Motel NYC. We'll be sipping back our Lisa by Lisa Ann while we watch this last game and sweat out our fantasy football mess. I was reading something. Sweat out our fantasy football matchups, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for following me here, right here. Thanks.